Hi everybody, welcome once again to a low on health game video review. This is of course going to be the last piece of my rapid shots that I'm doing right here, and of course this is the last two Wii games I played recently. We'll go ahead and starting. We're going to start with Epic Mickey. Of course I was uber hopped up when I heard about Epic Mickey and saw the really cool, what was it, the really cool concept art that was released, and then we all heard it was for the Wii and we're like, oh, it's not going to look that great, it's going to have stupid Wii controls, and unfortunately that's exactly right. I wasn't a big fan of this game whatsoever because its controls and camera issues were just, I'm not going to say horrible, but I just didn't, and it is. The presentation's cool. I like the Mickey. I like the style. I like the kind of, sadness of it, kind of the darkness to it. That's cool. Except sometimes it was visually too dark. Like, it was hard to see the backgrounds and whatnot, or gauge distance, in which case the level design too is just a horrid. I would often fall off ledges and die, and it was just hard to navigate. The camera wasn't working with you, and of course to do most of your attacks and whatnot, you have to waggle the Wiimote, and I hate having to waggle the Wiimote to do basic attacks and moves and whatnot, and that's, blinking now. That's one of my issues with a lot of Wii games, but I definitely didn't enjoy Epic Mickey. I wouldn't recommend it to kids. It's just a kind of frustrating third-person game, but it has charm, so kind of disappointing. The other Wii game I played recently is Metroid Other M. Now this is one that I was digging very much. Once again, this is a classic example of how I don't really I'm not gauging Wii games on their story, even though this one does have one. It's a very weak story. You shouldn't have given Samus that much personality because she comes up as a whiny emo bitch with daddy issues, in which case that's what everybody says, and it's 100% true. But the gameplay is pretty rock solid. Like, you play it like most of the games, like the Kirby game and Donkey Kong with the controller, like a standard controller like this, you jump and everything. But in which case that's 100% solid. Design's solid, even though I had some issues with not really knowing how to proceed. It takes you to kind of scan a lot of rooms and kind of know where to go, in which case it doesn't do a lot of hand-holding, and of course there's backtracking. Kind of going back when I was saying it was a good game. It is a good game. What kind of stalled me on it was just kind of the whole, like, knowing where to go next, and it not basically kind of giving you direct mission objectives. The whole authorizing thing, like her having not been able to use all of her powers because she wasn't authorized, I kind of understood that. It was annoying, but it's understandable. What really kind of got to me at the end of the game, or not at the end of the game, I didn't beat the game naturally, as I always do with most of these Wii games. You have to use, like, to aim missiles, you actually have to aim, you have to turn your controller around and aim it at the screen to hit stuff. And I hate doing that. I hate using the Wii motion controls most of the time. And I especially hated it then because you'll be basically doing a battle, hitting enemies and whatnot. There'll be a couple seconds where you're supposed to, okay, now get aim at the screen, and then shoot. I found that really annoying because half the time then you'll be taking hits, and then you would die, or you missed a shot, or you hit something else. And, I mean, after the first couple times, I was like, you know what, I get it, I understand what this game's all about, it's not for me, it's still fun to a point, but it's just not for me, so I stopped playing it. But, still a decent game for you Metroid fans and whatnot. If you're used to the motion, controls by now. Once again, have never really owned a Wii before because I'm not a big Wii fan, but that's kind of it for all my Wii games recently. So, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.